blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kaylynne. I am out and about. I just left my wax appointment and I picked up some Starbucks and now I'm on my way home. It is Saturday, what's the day? The 16th, Saturday, May 16th. And this weekend I am determined, absolutely determined to get some reading in. So as I'm on my way home, I have just been listening to my homeschooling audiobook. I'll leave like the picture of which book it is behind. It's really, really good. I've been enjoying it, and just like the different things that I'm learning about are really just making me feel more excited about, you know, starting this homeschool journey for real in the fall. And as I prepare for that, I'm just trying to educate myself and like broaden my knowledge on homeschooling itself and, you know, people who have homeschooled. And I believe that the girl who wrote this book was a former teacher in like a traditional school setting. So I'm excited to continue hearing, you know, what she has to say in this book. But it's really, really good. And I believe it's a Christian homeschooling book as well. So it has like keeping all of that in mind when talking about homeschooling and just the steps to and why is it such a great thing. So I've been listening to that, and then my goal is to be grabbing The Nightingale and Lady Tremaine. Those will be my two books pretty much for this video. But I thought, I've been scrolling a lot on my phone. I've been very irritated with the fact that I've been doing that. So I looked at my screen time, and embarrassingly enough, I wanted to go with the day this past week that I was on, like my screen time was the highest. So I have 7 hours and 31 minutes from yesterday. And I know that a lot of it is probably from me doing like content stuff, but I don't care. The fact that my screen time is 7 hours and 31 minutes is crazy when it's like, girl, there goes your time right there to be crafting or reading or doing whatever it is that I want to do, that I be saying I don't have time to do, but I have time to be on my phone. So I am going to set a timer for 7.5 hours once I am able to get to a point where I can when I get home. Probably going to spend most of the day outside. I'm going to try to get some reading done. My in-laws are coming over, so I should have help with Cam, but Cam's kind of like to herself. If I'm reading my book and she's playing outside, she's fine. So I'm going to choose which book. I'm not too sure. I'm kind of leaning, I don't know, we'll decide. But I'm in between both of the books, still fairly early, but Lady Tremaine and The Nightingale are books that I want to finish and start getting like a good, decent bit in, because I'm only like a couple chapters in. I think I'm on chapter 2 for Lady Tremaine and chapter 4 for Nightingale. So those are the two that I want to read. I really want to read the Lily King book, Heart the Lover, I think that is what it's called. And I really want to read the Abby Jimenez, The Night We Met, but I'm trying to hold off and be good, because it's like you got to focus on the books that you have and that you've already started. That's my problem. I start books and then I just be like, okay, on to the next one. I want to start this one, I want to start this one, but like we have to work on finishing the books that we start. So that is my goal. 7 hours and 31 minutes. We'll set the timer when I get home and we will start going through that. Our house is a mess, okay? So that's another thing. I'm going to be cleaning, so it's good that I have both of these books on my Audible as well, or Libby. So I'm also going to listen to the books as well as actually read them physically, but we have so much cleaning because switching the girls into one room, it like completely flipped everything around the house. So we're trying to move 3 different rooms so that all the stuff can be organized and nice. So it's gonna take a little bit, but it is what it is. And then me and my husband were talking about washing clothes more than just once a week, because the amount of clothes we have with the girls, my clothes, his clothes, like it's too much. And I need the loads to just be a little bit smaller so that it's like I can hurry up and fold them and knock them out, rather than have these giant piles to have to fold and they just sit there. So I have clothes I need to fold, clothes that need to be washed, rooms that still need to be clean. I need to put Cam's clothes away now that her dresser is in their room now. So Kennedy's clothes are all done. I did that last week, and now we have to do Cam's clothes. So it's just always something, but I know once we're done, it'll be nice and we can just have the space to relax and enjoy our summer. I'm loving the books down in the living room, how we moved that. So now we're gonna try to switch where his desk was downstairs. I'm gonna try to make like a nice formal like entryway. So move our mirror, have a bookshelf with like pictures and little decor, like trinkets. So I'm trying to get my creative juices flowing, but we want to do an entryway in our front living room, and then I want to redecorate the walls and get some pictures up for our dining room. So there's lots to do. It's not all gonna get done, but I at least want to brainstorm my ideas. And then I need to also continue to do my scrapbooking stuff. I found all my scrapbooking stuff, put it in a little crate so that I have just a crate for scrapbooking when I have time to pull it out and work on some things. So trying to get organized. This is all the spring cleaning. But this video, we're going to be reading The Nightingale and Lady Tremaine, and we'll see how far we get in 7.5 hours. So I'm going to continue listening to my homeschooling book, and I will tune back in when we are ready to start our timer.
We've been done long before it all began. Still can't give it up. Lead me on, but leave before the morning comes. Even though it's what we want, can't keep this up. But I just don't wanna leave you. Might just know it the reasons why we both can't lay here. And secret, both gotta keep it honest. That's just a game, you know. We both can play. For tonight, I'm yours. So tonight, the truth. Or stay behind closed doors. 'Cause all I wanna do is lie with you. Even though it's gone too long.
Hey guys, so it is, I don't even know if I think it's 2 days later, 2 nights later. It's Monday the 18th. I am trying to decide which book I'm going to read. So I did start my timer the other night and ended up falling asleep. Oh, and my timer went away. Probably because my phone died. I think I had like 6 hours and 50 minutes left. So let's just do that. 6 hours and 50 minutes, I'm gonna say. I think I probably read more than 40 minutes that night, but whatever. We'll do 6 hours and 50 minutes. I have the timer. I'm trying to decide whether or not to pick this one up or continue reading this one. I've been listening to this one all day. I listened to it in the car, and I listened to it, actually I think I just listened to it in the car today. And yesterday I read a little bit of it. So I'm on chapter 6, and I think I'm gonna give it a chance and see if I can pick up what's going on for the most part. So I'm gonna give this a chance maybe for one more chapter, and if I'm not feeling it tonight, I'm just gonna hop into The Nightingale. But this has been pretty good. I've listened to it more than I've actually picked it up to read it, but that's fine. So I'm gonna try to get some reading in tonight. At least I want to do like an hour or two, and I have to figure out where I'm gonna put y'all.
We've become numb to what we know is wrong, but no one knows but us. The feelings rush every single time we touch. Even though it's what we want, can't keep these up. No, but I just don't wanna leave you. Might just know it the reasons why we both can't lay here. And secret, both gotta keep.
All right, y'all. Shameful. It's Wednesday night. I think the last time I talked to you guys was Sunday. So just a little recap. Sunday, I ended up, I did get reading done, but it wasn't much. But we ended up going out around my neighborhood and like looking for little libraries, and I found some, and I wanted to put all the books that I had in a bin for giveaway that I had put aside from redoing my bookshelves. I wanted to give those away so that they weren't just sitting in my house. So I wanted to put them in little libraries. So I decided to look up the little libraries map and see which ones were near me. And y'all, all of them for the most part, I found one that was like in a park area kind of, but all the other ones were in front of people's houses. I didn't know that people did that, and now I know that that's like a thing. So like if I wanted to, I could get a little library outside my house or nearby and like maintain it and have that as a place to give away books. So it's definitely something to think of. I don't know if I will do that because I would have to be giving away books often, which I probably should to make room for new books, but we'll see. But anyway, we spent Sunday afternoon doing that for about an hour, which was nice because we got to drive through neighborhoods that we've never driven through, you know, see what neighborhoods, like if we ever decide to move, what neighborhoods are nice neighborhoods. So that was nice. I was kind of disappointed with what was in the little libraries. I was hoping to be able to bring like a book home, but all of them pretty much had like little kid books or like really old books. Like there was rarely any of the little libraries that had like books that I would know about and have read recently or want to read. So I'm like, okay, that didn't really have much. So that was kind of disappointing, but I was able to at least get rid of my books and give them away. There was one that had Project Hail Mary in it, so I put Dark Matter in that one. I'm like, maybe the person may not have read Dark Matter but likes like science fiction, so put that one in there. And yeah, I was happy that I was able to get those books off my hands. But other than that, I read a little bit, I think Sunday, and then Monday I read a little bit. Tuesday I read a lot. So I've been reading Lady Tremaine, and I've been trying to go back and forth between Lady Tremaine and The Nightingale, but Lady Tremaine got good on me, so I had to keep seeing it through. And then I'm like, I'm almost done it, so let me just stick to this book and then I'll get into The Nightingale. But I am on chapter 30. I'm on page 280. I have 55 pages left, so like I am going to get this book done tonight. I listened to the audiobook last night, and like the twist just twisted. I'm like, girl, what's her name? Rachel. I'm like, Rachel, what gave you this idea? Because the twist was just interesting, not where I was going with it, not what I thought we was doing with this book. So I'm like, girl, where did you get that from? Like, how did you come up with that? That's an interesting way to put it. But I do like how she has made this book like a little bit more about the insights of a mother and like how she wants best for her daughters. Like seeing the depiction of the stepmother like that is interesting, but like some of the other characters are not how they are in the regular Cinderella. So it's just like, it's a complete retelling. Like it's her own twist on everything. So not only is the stepmother not evil in the book, she's the protagonist, but other characters who may be good are not great. So it's interesting. And like the character Ellen, who's supposed to be Cinderella, like the whole role is kind of different. So if you're expecting to get like exactly what Cinderella is, you're not gonna get that. And I'm actually glad, because just leave that alone. But I was genuinely surprised and shocked with like how different it is from Cinderella, which I appreciate because it's like its own little twist on Cinderella itself. So I like that. I think she did a good job. So I have 55 pages and I'm just getting to the action. I'm just getting to the good part. I was reading it at work on my break today, and I was like, oh my gosh, please hurry up. I need work to be over so I can finish, because I only got to get through like a chapter right when the action started. Like, girl, I need to know what's happening. I need to know what's next. So now we about to figure out what's next and how this book's gonna end, and I am here for it. Okay, I enjoyed this little book of the month pick. Okay, and I seen on Goodreads The Burning Side, the book about the couples who house burns down and like they're having marriage problems. I saw Sarah, who's the other big booktuber. I love her channel. She read it and she rated it so well, and I read her review on Goodreads, and I'm like, I gotta read that. So it's like, I want to read The Nightingale and then maybe read that, but then I want to read a romance. So like, what do I do? Trying to stay off of social media. I've been off for a little over 24 hours, I think. So I'm trying to get my reading in and stop being distracted, because that was my problem over the weekend. I was scrolling. And I need to stop. So I am going to read this 55 pages, and then I will let y'all know what my final thoughts are, what my rating is, and then we'll finally wrap this book up. I have 34 minutes left on my timer, so we're gonna get that timer started. 37 minutes. So that'd probably be as long as it takes me to read the 55 pages. So 37 minutes. It's 8:48, and I'm trying to be in the bed by 10. I mean, I'm in the bed. Y'all see I'm in the bed, but I'm trying to be asleep by 10 because I'm tired. So let's get this 7.5 hours done. This has been the longest 7.5 hours of my life. It has been on the span of, I don't even know how many days. Too many days. It's ridiculous. I'll put it here when I figure out how many days it's been, but it's at least been 5 or 6 days, and I still haven't gotten through 7.5 hours. So let's read.
And secrets, both gotta keep it honest. That's just a game we know. We both got faith. For tonight, I'm yours. So tonight.
Good morning, you guys. I fell asleep last night. I fell asleep literally as soon as I finished the book. I was like, eyes were crossing. I was struggling getting through the epilogue. I was like, I cannot. I'm so tired because I worked yesterday. So anyway, finished Lady Tremaine. Y'all, what a ride. What a ride this was. I was telling you guys how I was expecting just something different, and I was expecting Cinderella, and I should not have done that, okay? I was just like, oh, a Cinderella retelling, and just like the stepmom is just a good character. Cool. No, it was so different. It was so different. It like had its own take on the entire story. Like, I guess that's a whole retelling. Like, it's not supposed to be exactly the same, but like for some reason my brain just wasn't understanding that. So I'm like, throughout the whole book, like, oh, this is different. Oh, this is different. Oh, this character is different. Oh, this character is different. But it was like, you know how the sayings, they'd be like, you know what? Heck yeah. Like, that's kind of how I felt. Because I'm like, but you know what? I give it to you for that. Like, I give it to you for coming up with this interesting, unique idea based around Cinderella. Like, it was modern. It was, a lot of people that I read, like, their reviews were saying it's kind of like historical fiction-ish, which I could see that. I could see that the way it was told, the way we had, like, flashbacks at some points, the life lessons in it, the character development and stuff. I mean, you didn't get too much really into, like, the daughter and Ellen's point of view. You just got the stepmother's point of view. But it was interesting. Like, I can't say anything bad about it, because it was nothing that I was expecting. Like, I kind of feel like I went into it blind, even though I did not go into it blind. But I kind of did, because I didn't know what the story would be, like, what the main plot was going to be. And it was interesting, and it turned, like, I can't even tell you, because I don't want to ruin it. Just read it, because it was interesting. Some parts I was like, what? Girl, what? Then not what I thought I was going to be reading in this book. Just not at all. So give it a try. Now, in the beginning, I don't know if it's because I was distracted, or I was just, like, trying to get my life together when it comes to reading and, like, focusing, but I really didn't start getting hooked until a little bit later on in the book, which usually they say, like, after 100 pages, you know, that's where it kind of starts in most books, like, where it picks up. So yeah, but I don't even think the beginning was, like, slow. It was just backstory and kind of figuring out, like, her life and all that she went through. So I think it was good. I don't think that it was slow. I think I was just distracted. But it was really good. And I'm glad that I read it and powered through. So we are done this book. I rated it 4 stars because it was just different. Like, I wouldn't say 5 stars because, like, I'm not going to read it again. But it was a really good book. Like, I truly appreciated Rachel and her unique perspective and her creativity on writing this book. So kudos to you, Rachel. Thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone, because so very badly throughout this whole reading time, I just wanted to pick up a romance. But we got to do better. And this was good, though. It was good. So I have to start doing more stuff, broadening the horizons. But like I said last night, I saw some reviews on The Burning Side. And I need to hurry up and get to that. So next up is Nightingale. Because I've been telling y'all Nightingale, 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 Nightingale. In all these videos. And y'all have not seen Nightingale. Come into this camera frame. So that is what I'll be reading today. And then hopefully this weekend. So I promise that will be the next vlog. So I might do 2 books at the same time. Because I know Nightingale is like real heavy. So I might find like a little short Kindle read maybe. To like squeeze in between as like a little palette cleanser after this, and then get my little what I need for my romance, and then read the Nightingale. But I am gonna try to just hop back into that today. And I do have the audio book and I have the hard copy as well. So thank you guys for sticking with me through these 7.5 hours that turn into days and days and days. But that is realistic. I don't have the time to be sitting for 7.5 hours. But I'm still going strong, no social media, so we're going to keep this going. And I'll probably check it, tomorrow when I upload all my videos and stuff. Sneak on there and check it and then disable it again. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next Friday. Bye!
The reason why